Fuck this shit. It was crazy. It was so warm. It felt like, I think it was like 25 degrees.
You have a fancy... Ah, it's yours. I was like, why do you have fancier glasses than we have?
Yeah! We started recording just from the second part of the training after a break. The break was 2 hours. And during the first part of the training was pretty much the same exercise. It was slalom on this kind of like grassy field without any hills or any obstacles. And then when you're getting out of the slalom, you're going straight into the gates, and in front of these gates or in the middle of these gates you're supposed to, yeah, like this one, between two cones you're supposed to stop, which I didn't do because I was really afraid to turn off the engine, because yeah, Kickstarter, it would be really unpleasant to try to start it again. So it's like, okay, I'm fine, I can stop, let's move on. Okay, actually can talk about the track. That it's first was a field, like just a grass field. Second in the training was this sandy track with a lot of little curves. Overall it was like 200 meters, the length. Very approximately 200 meters. But a lot of turns and twists and like this sandy pits. Originally I think that was the track for the kids. So yeah, the good catch, huh? So for the beginner, since I never ever did enduro motocross before, it was very unusual feeling coming from a street bike. Very unusual. It's like the bike is fighting you, or you have to fight the bike, which is being navigated and pushed by the sand, so by the surface. It's unusual. It's like you constantly have to be, all the time has to be alerted about what the bike is doing. And this is probably why it takes so much pressure and a muscle tension to keep the bike all the time straight. Not straight, but like don't let it go into the direction the sand wants to push the bike. Yeah. Eventually I got to the point where I could relax the muscles and just let the bike do the thing, and when it feels that it's really going too far and it's really going into the like a ditch or just about to fall, you are correcting the behavior, but not like constantly 100% just clutching into this handlebar and controlling every little tiny movement of the bike. This is definitely too much. This is overkill, and this is what you should not be doing, or what I felt like I should not be doing. Well, the biggest suggestion I can give to beginners who are coming to the motocross and enduro is just relax. Just relax. Oh yeah, here we go. Fuck, where was that? Yeah, I got stuck with the wheel in the sand. I'm going too fast. Pulling the front brake. Probably yes, I did pull the front brake. And it's, yeah. The front brake's actually very, very sensitive. Braking them takes a lot of attention as well. What I also discovered is that once you fall and once you lose the control, it's hard to get back into the flow. It really demands a lot of focus and attention. So there's a pretty high probability of crashing, for me it was at least, crashing again after the first incident. I don't know what was happening at this point. Yeah, the muscles. The muscle was just too hurting, too tired.
Are you okay?
Ja, just tired. Ik ben müde. Entschuldigung. Ah, das ist gut. Nur müde.
Yeah. No, that's an arm.
Oh, so cute.
Ich mach Pause.
And then I'm just chilling in the middle of the track. You have to go. What? You have to go away from the track. I can't, I'm too tired.
But now I see that we have to go to the beach.
Oh man. Not the first. I was still trying to take it out. Wow, I think it was even first time. I was still confused because I couldn't lift the bike in from the inside the sand to put it straight to remove the stand. So I still had to push it a little bit forward to find the out of the sand area to put the bike straight. But I think I will start falling here again and again because I was already very exhausted. Another problem for me after falling that I was losing the rhythm. I was becoming more insecure. It was not uncommon that I was falling again because like I couldn't catch the flow after I fell. What also surprised me is that those Oh yeah, of course. And the kickers originally looked really scary, but when you're riding, it's actually the sand pits which are in the corners. Those are the most problematic to pass. The actual kicks are fun, and yeah, there was no problem, and I was doing even jumps and sometimes like tiny wheelies, so that was easy. But the sand pits, that pure nightmare for me for the beginning.
A motocross fox.
Like this one?
Like which one?
Like this one, or you are the fox?
Am I also a fox? Oh, I'm also a fox. Okay, then it's me.
So this is no chance. So you can go like full forward. On the third gear you will be too high on RPM. How fast or how high?
Yeah, and I felt already at this point invincible and powerful, like yeah, cool. I'm also was getting fast, and this is a very dangerous feeling, which ended up with a, you will see this later, with an accident. I was kind of drunk on adrenaline at this point. I didn't feel any more tiredness, and I was just going like full throttle. Yeah, you can see that I was even sometimes crossing the really deep borders or like the barriers of sand, and I was already not caring about it. A lot of jumping, there was a lot of accelerating on the top of the hill, which was not recommended to do because you are automatically jumping from the hill, and you cannot always control the bike on the top of the hill when it's flying out. So it wasn't, you should not do that, and I've been told not to do this several times. Despite of that, I still was subconsciously repeating that, and I was mainly riding already at this point standing. I kind of felt already more comfortable with standing.
Ein bisschen zu schnell. Ja, alles gut.
But as a beginner, it's really hard to keep in your mind, in your head, that you have to ride mainly standing, which is also very unusual for the street bikes. Then you also need to keep your position very close to the handlebar. Then you also have to keep your legs straight when you're standing. Then you have to still look much further ahead of you, and like if you're in a curve, to the end of the curve. But okay, this is supposed to come automatically, but anyway. And there is so many these little nitty-gritty details which are making riding enduro and motocross different from riding a normal street bike, that when you try to follow all these rules and keep them in your head and pursue them, it's an overload. It's just really too many things simultaneously. But over the time, even over the time of the day during this day, while you're training, you are kind of understanding more and more, and it just settles down in your head. So it's a lot, it's overwhelming, but over the time, it's totally doable. Just should not develop the fear of the bike, even after falling. The whole falling process is much easier and lighter than falling on a street bike or somewhere on an asphalt in the middle of the curve or corner. It's much easier to put back the bike in a standing position. It's much easier to start the bike, and it's alright to fall all, and it's all right to stand up and continue. And the whole like terrain and the surface is so hard, especially for the beginners, and nobody's gonna judge you that you're falling. Like, I didn't feel judged at all. Yeah, of course everyone else was performing better than me, but nevertheless, I didn't feel like a complete loser. Yes, like I have worse physical condition. I mean, my muscles are smaller and like I'm not that trained and I'm weaker than an average man, but nevertheless, it was completely doable and I didn't feel judged and I didn't feel guilty and bad or whatever, like in that moment. I did get extra attention. That was really nice. I really appreciate this gesture from the instructor. And also this helped me to get like to this aha moment that completely changed my style of riding. Yeah, so it's a lot, it's hard, physically exhausting. Still, nevertheless, it's doable. It's a lot of fun. The track is easy. Just develop your strategy. My strategy, which would be just driving on the walls and avoiding the pits with the sand, but don't be afraid of the hills, of the kicks. They're much easier to ride through than you think. Maybe just before going, if you're going to this kind of training, think about your body position a little bit ahead, because I came with absolute zero expectations and zero preparation. I didn't watch any videos. I had no clue how to ride enduro or motocross. Absolutely zero. So if I would knew, for example, beforehand that I have to maintain certain position of my arms and certain position of my legs, that would be kind of probably easier for me to settle this in my head and to maintain that. But since I came with a blank page, it was a bit harder. Yeah, but now you know, so yeah. Elbows up, legs straight, though nevertheless, in the end, I've discovered for myself that a little bit bended legs is still more comfortable, but probably that's just intermediate step, and I will be riding later with straight legs. That's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna come later. For now, I found my position, yeah.